Cancer, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will take you from the 15th to the 22nd of January. Just give me a minute. Oh, you've only got one major arcana, okay? What that means is when you get a lot of minors, you're just dealing with the ups and downs of everyday life, okay? The major arcanas are much more the hands of God, whatever word you have for these changes that we go on, that happen within us and on the outside. But Temperance is your additional guidance card, the middle path, the middle way, no extremities of behaviour. Try and work towards that inner calm, Cancer with Temperance. And you have got the Two of Swords, very, very similar energy. Trying to withdraw some of your energies so you can find some inner peace and inner calm. The Temperance is also about spiritualizing our emotions. So all that really means is learning to trust your guts, learning to trust your feelings, your intuitions, your guidance about the way forward. That might be not quite as easy, Cancer, because you just start the week with the Seven of Cups, that traditionally confusion card, okay? But I'll talk about that later. Bottom of the deck, you've got the beautiful Queen of Wands. So that's either going to be you, because you've got 3 Wands cards. So this is going to be you, just feeling fiery, feeling really positive, very optimistic. The Queen of Wands is just that energy that we have when we're feeling pretty much on top of the world, to tell you the truth. She's very dynamic, very self-assertive energy. This is going to be you or some fire sign person who's having a huge impact on you. It's not gender specific, okay? Even in my private readings, it's not gender specific. It's more because it's a queen, and I don't mean to be sexist, but it's a much more receptive energy, so it's not quite as dynamic going out into the world. So give me a minute, I'm still pulling your additional guidance card. Okay, that's interesting. You've got the Thinker card. Actually, I'm not really that surprised, actually, to tell you the truth, because there seems to be a sense, Cancer, of it's not the most incredible, even though you've got the Queen of Wands, so you've got this focused energy. I've definitely got you in, I'm feeling quite a contemplative energy, considering, thinking, because you've got quite a few Swords cards, and the Swords cards you've got are the really peaceful ones. Yeah, that desire to go within, to question the way forward. Now you do start the week with the Seven of Cups, so that's what I meant with Temperance, because Temperance is about sometimes knowing that you're guided, and this Seven of Cups might mean there's a little bit of confusion for you, Cancer, about the next step forward. Shall I choose A? Shall I choose B? But it comes with the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands would be a bit like the Queen. You've got loads of vitality, quite self-assertive. So I don't know if this Seven of Cups refers to an emotional issue that's going on for you, or emotionally you feel a bit confused, but you're very, very self-assertive around some other areas. Could be to do with work, I'm not sure what, but there's definitely some areas where you know exactly what you're doing, and some areas where you're really unclear. Next to it is the Three of Discs. So the Three of Discs is, I mean, I just call this a card. It's a discs, it's about work. Sometimes it can be about being promoted, but it's a card about working with others. It's a very, very expansive energy. So maybe that's where you're feeling the Wands energy, Cancer. You feel very assertive about your material place in the world, the work you're doing, but there's a little bit of vagueness, much more around your emotional life. You do have the King of Cups though, so the King of Cups, he is the final outcome of the Cups energy. So this is either going to be someone that you're in relationship with and there's a really, really good emotional connection between you. Or Cancer, you're moving away from that vagueness and you're becoming much more emotionally centered. Probably because the Temperance card is your crowning card. So it's helping you to gain clarity. Because the King of Cups is someone who's sitting on the ocean. So the ocean's the collective emotions. But he's got his throne. So he's not being controlled by everyone else's issues. And he's not quite as big. So this is a beautiful transition for you, Cancer. And if this is to do with someone else or just you getting more emotional clarity, I really, really like it though. Very serene, very sort of emotionally powerful, because the King of Cups is emotionally powerful, not over people, but over his internal world. He's just not controlled by the ups and downs of the world around him. Now, the reason why I think it's quite a contemplative week is first you go from the vagueness to the clarity, then these two cards of very mental, peaceful cards. The Two of Swords, a lot of people call the indecision card. So there might be a little bit of confusion because next to it comes a fork in the road, okay? Shall I go shall I go right? Shall I go left? What I would love you to do, Cancer, is to stay with that King of Cups and the emotional peace you worked for. Because the Six of Swords is a card about moving on. It's a really peaceful card though. It's got the Weeping Willow and the Full Moon. So this traveller is being protected. She's quite graceful. And she's not looking for the answers on the outside. She's attuning to her inner world, which is exactly what the Temperance and the King of Cups is saying. That you already know within you how to get that peace, how to find a way forward. Really interesting combination. You do end the week though, a bit of that fork in the road again, and the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands, recently it's coming across to me when someone might need to be really self-assertive, put some boundaries down. It can be a sense of having to work really hard, being quite exhausted. Maybe some Cancers, there's some situations where you're really having to be clear on the limits that you have, and when someone's crossing them, to make it clear they're being crossed. Does that make sense at all? And it comes with the Two of Wands, so still a sense of forking around, and then another twos here. So the twos are all about trying to work with opposites, balance things out. Really interesting week here. I feel there's a lot of inner work going on. That search for peace, that search for more emotional clarity, more emotional power, which is always power over our inner world. Then you get this beautiful mental peace, but then suddenly you come across this energy of indecision again, having to put boundaries down again. So I'm not quite sure what this is all about, okay? But personally, I really like what's going on for you, Cancer. I really like the peacefulness, the emotional assertiveness. And I wish you really well. Sorry about my throat, Cancer. Okay, bye.